back again. It's the Braap man. Today we have a 2001 Honda Recon. Full walk around on this ATV. Great ATV for trail riding. It's not for speed. It's not for power. You can tow a little bit on this thing. It does have a tow hitch on the back. I mean, you could pull a trailer with it easily, but I wouldn't recommend this for like if you want like performance. This is not a performance quad. This is a utility quad. It's great because you can throw your coolers on the back, you know, bring your lunch with you, some lunch meat, some beer, sandwiches. You got a front and rear rack. And it is a traditional 250 4-cycle engine, which is found on the TRX 250 also, the Sport Quad. It's the same exact engine as the Sport Quad. It is shaft driven. It's not chain driven. It has a shaft, drive shaft on there. I don't know if I can zoom in, but yeah, you can see the drive shaft. So yeah, it's shaft driven. Bulletproof quad, and amen to that. So I don't know, I heard rumors of when these engines don't get the oil change and lack of maintenance, you can have a burning of oil, but this quad does not burn any oil. It starts right up. We could do a cold start on this in a moment. I'll fire it up for you guys. And what's really cool is, in case if the battery dies on this, it is electric start, but in case you ever get stranded and the battery dies, you have a pull start, which is really good to have. I really like that. So just a really cool option. And it's not 4-wheel drive. This is a 2-wheel drive quad. And like I said, it's really, for being 2-wheel drive, don't get it twisted. You can get through some trails with this, because basically it's a torque monster. It has a nice low end torque for a 250 automatic. It's not too bad. As long as you're not too heavy, like a heavy person, like 400 pounds, 300 pounds or anything. But if you're under 250 pounds, you can actually enjoy this. And, you know, you can put your girlfriend on the back, you know, saddle up on the back. Foot pegs are long, like most ATVs are, so the passenger can put their feet on the end. And the mud flaps come all the way down. I like that, so it blocks a lot of the you know, the mud from splashing onto your legs if you don't want to get too muddy. But these do come down really low, which is really neat. I guess you'd find that on most utility quads. But the Honda TRX has basically been the same since the 90s to 2013, 14. It's the same motor. They built this engine for many years. The motor sits, you know, it's transitioned differently. It's positioned not as you'd find on a normal, you know, dirt bike or ATV. So since it was shaft driven, they had to position the motor this way, and to utilize the you know, for the input shaft to go in. So that's why the motor sits diagonal like that, not the traditional way. So the exhaust pipe comes out the front versus, like, you know, the other way. So it's a little different, you know, but pretty cool design by Honda. Very easy to work on this quad, very easy to change the oil. There's no oil filter on this. You just drain the oil, put fresh oil in. If you do that, folks, this thing will run forever. You'll never have any issues with this. As long as you keep changing the oil and do regular small maintenance, you'll have no issues with this thing. It's just a rock solid ATV. So I would highly recommend this quad. If you guys are looking for a utility quad, definitely grab one of these. So much fun. And the parts are easy to get because they built these for many years. They're basically the same, all the way from like the 90s up until 2000 is the same. The only thing they updated on the 2013, I had a 2013 TRX 250, same ATV as this. It was a 2013, and it had a LED brake light. So this doesn't have brake lights. Like when you press the brake light doesn't get brighter, as found on the newer ATVs. Like it'll actually have a brake light and a parking light. So the backlight actually gets brighter when you hit the brakes. So when you press the brakes on this, it does not get brighter because it's an older model. They just stay lit. And yeah, so like I said, minor changes throughout the years, like stuff like that, you know, nothing crazy. But great ATV, man. If you just want to hit the trails up and you're on a budget, you can find one of these for under $3 grand. And you know, like I said, great ATV. I like the stance of it. It sits up high. It's not too low to the ground. The Bayou is nice. I had a 250 Kawasaki 250 Bayou, which was really nice, but it sat lower. And I like this one because it feels like a 300cc because it sits up high. It's got a really nice stance to it. So yeah, I would highly recommend this quad if you guys want something basic to hit the trails. This version, they do make an electric shift version, but I heard they have a lot of issues. I'm not sure why, but I have not had an electric one yet. But this is, you know, there's no clutch, but you know, you shift with your feet, and it's very easy to ride. Very simple. All the gears are up. It's 5 up and 4 back down again to go back to neutral. And neutral's on the other side. I mean, reverse is on the other side of neutral, so it's down. And you just got to depress this in here, this little button here. You squeeze this in and pull this. While you press down, it puts it in reverse. Should start right up. Starts right up. And that was no choke. The choke is off. So there's no choke on there. Choke is off. Fired right up. So when you're sitting on it, you pull this in here, squeeze the brake, and then you press down. That's your reverse. So that's your reverse. Put your brake back in, press up, puts it back into neutral, up one more, first gear. Oh yeah. Back to neutral, one down. It's very simple. And all the gears are up. So very quiet engine, purrs like a kitten. I mean, you don't even hear any ticks, taps, knocks, or nothing. No smoke. Runs perfect. This thing just runs like a purebred. Like a purebred, folks. Runs unbelievable. Highly recommend this ATV. So go run out to your local store and go buy a TRX 250. I would highly recommend this. Like I said, it's great for beginners too because there's no clutch. So I would highly recommend this ATV. I give it 10 thumbs up because it's reliable. And the parts are available. You can still get these parts brand new for this actually, believe it or not. Honda made so many of these ATVs throughout the years. So that's another plus about this ATV is that you can definitely find parts. That's a big issue right now with some bikes because some bikes you cannot get parts for it. So you want to buy something. This is like a Honda Civic of the quads, basically. It's like they produce so many of them. They kept it the same. They never changed too much. You can get a frame, you can get a motor, you can get drive shafts, you can get axle, whatever you need, dude. You can get everything for this quad. You know, really rock solid, reliable ATV. That's what I love about these Recons. They're just, it's a beast. The 4x4 ones get more mechanical because you have the electronic shift and you have more things that can break, and they're great and everything, but if you have deep pockets and if something breaks on it, then go for it. But if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend too much money on maintenance, I would highly recommend this. So the Braap man gives us a thumbs up. So stay tuned for more videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace and hair grease. I'll be back soon with some more videos. Be safe out there. Happy holidays. See ya. Woo! Honda Recon, baby. Go get yourself one.